Hi, this is Dave, and today's big hairy idea is to figure out what you need to know. So, a really interesting thing happened to me earlier today. We've been working for quite a few months now on the audiobook of one of our books, The Size of Your Dreams. And it came up, the person who was recording the audiobook said to me, you know what, the place I'm recording, it's pretty good, but it's not great. I'm worried that the quality of the audiobooks are not going to be clear enough to really put out there. They're not going to sound professional. So we weren't sure, did we go forward with it, did we not go forward with it? And in the end, what we decided to do is have him send just a small sample of what he'd already done to me. And I went and I put up a job on Upwork.com. And I said, I'm looking for a freelance editor who can go and help me edit this file. I thought I'd have somebody edit this sample file. And I went and I looked up people who had strong profiles as audio editors and invited a number of them to come bid on the job. And it turned out that I didn't actually need to hire anybody because I attached the sample there to the job post, and enough people listened to it and got back to me that said, I can't work with this. I'd be happy to work with you, but you need to go re-record first. The sample is not of high enough quality that I can do anything with it at this point. And so we had our answer. We were wondering, do we re-record? Do we keep going forward? And within a very short period of time, we had our answer. And what was remarkable about this is that sometimes we don't stop and assess where are we and what do we need. And when we actually stopped and did that, it was so fast. It was really just a matter of, took maybe 20 minutes, maybe a half hour of my time spread out over a 3-4 hour period in posting this job, inviting people, hearing back from them, getting that feedback to make a decision. Do we go forward? Or do we stop and reassess and start from scratch? And in a very short period of time, we had that answer. And on the one hand, it was really great because it saved us all this additional work we might have had to do recording from here on out to only wind up at the end of the process with a product that wasn't the quality we needed. On the other hand, I'm kicking myself, why don't we do this day one? Why don't we do a sample and immediately find an expert who could tell us, is this good enough? Is this not good enough? I budgeted a small amount of money to be figuring this out, and it turned out to be totally free because people got back to me without me even needing to hire them and ask them to do the editing. Just from listening to the samples, they got back to me and said, no, it's not worth it. Go on. So here I was, and another side benefit was I actually got to interact with some really great audio editors. And I started getting the sense of, okay, what does an audio editor cost? And who are the people I want to work with? One guy got back to me, we went whole back and forth, and I really didn't like his tone. His information was professional, but I said, our communication, it's not so good. I don't want to work with this guy. And 2 other people got back to me, and I loved the way they interacted, and I loved the way they were so respectful about it, but at the same time saying that, you know what, this isn't good. I can't go forward with this. One guy bid on the job and said, I'd be happy to work with you, and then got back to me 2 hours later, said, nope, sorry, I listened to the audio, and I have to withdraw my bid. He really felt like he didn't want his name on a product that wasn't going to be amazing. And you know what? I want to work with somebody who only wants to work on something that's going to be amazing. To me, that guy is somebody who really has a huge value for quality and is probably going to put out an amazing product. So if you were saying to me that, you know what, it's okay, but it's not at my standards, so I'm sorry, I have to, even though you're offering to pay me, I'm sorry, but I have to say no, that's a guy I want to be working with. So we accomplished so many things in almost no time with 0 cost, got to know where we were with our audio recording, got to help us figure out what our next step should be with the audio recording, got to meet some great audio editors and actually figure out, okay, who do I want to work with in the future? What do I have to budget in the future? Because I saw, the quality of these people and their pricing. And really, it was such an easy thing, but I didn't do it day one. And we wasted a lot of time, and we wasted potentially some money. And that's a real reminder to me that, you know what? Do this first. Figure out as fast as you can what you need to know in order to be putting yourself out there in the best way possible. Because we kind of went forward and, without really having the full picture of everything we needed. And it cost us. And when we finally got that, it was a huge relief, and it's saved us, this extra expense and extra time in the future. But had we done it initially, the savings would have been gigantic. And it's a real reminder to me to not be afraid to go out and seek expert opinions when I need them, and to really make sure I put out a really full, high quality product.